Ladies and gentlemen, if News Corp doesn't sell Fox News, it'll just go bankrupt. Here's why. Forbes Fox News ratings drop 50% after Tucker Carlson. Washington Post Fox News ratings drop significantly. Newsweek Fox News loses half of Tucker Carlson's audience. Half of the audience. They are still losing viewers every single day. The latest ratings show that even MSNBC is surpassing Fox News in certain shows that rivaled Tucker Carlson on that time slot. So this is very bad for Fox News. Number one, you cannot have a Never Trump channel, or you can't have Never Trumpers running Fox News if Donald Trump has an 85 to 90+% support within the Republican Party. Okay? Trump will, and I want record low poverty, which is what we had under Trump, record highs in household median income, like that's what we had in 2019. I want the Doha Agreement that Biden botched, the Abraham Accords, the first president to step foot in North Korea. I want a foreign policy that removes Americans from never-ending counterinsurgency conflicts, which is what Trump presided over. I want a president opposed by the Lincoln Project. Lincoln Project, I will always vote against. The Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld Republicans. I want a populist Republican president that focuses on economic growth and a foreign policy that doesn't lead us to never-ending military conflict. Fox News likes that. MSNBC, CNN, they love that. They have no problem with never-ending quagmires and foreign policy disasters. So, endless wars, no problem for MSNBC, CNN, Fox News, or Paul Ryan, or any of the pundits on Fox News. Okay? Or the Lincoln Project. It's the same when you see the photo of President Obama and George W. Bush hugging each other. Let's say maybe less than half the country says, "Oh, that's so great. We should have a political scene like that." Trump Republicans or populist left and right say, "No, we don't want that again." Because we don't want, like, if you don't want endless military conflict, then don't do the same thing over again. The definition of insanity is doing the same thing over and over again. Unfortunately, that's quite lucrative. That's why the second mashed potato brains became president, then we had an invasion in Europe. We're 90 seconds to midnight now, according to the Bulletin of Atomic Scientists. We're closer than ever to nuclear confrontation. This is not hyperbole. This is fact. It just is. The issue, though, is that there's this apoplectic frenzy over Trump that Fox News, unfortunately, is a part of, okay? If you've noticed, and even Tucker Carlson, he was very, very, very good. But they weren't, he wasn't always defending Trump. The name Donald Trump it rarely comes up on Fox News if you listen, okay? They don't really defend. They don't go out of their way to defend. Tucker Carlson was great. He was good. He was able to think outside the box, shatter a paradigm of thought, a very fabricated, contrived, manufactured paradigm of thought. But you're not going to survive as a cable station if the most popular Republican president in decades, rivaling historically one of the most, if not the most popular Republican presidents in Donald Trump. You're not going to survive as a conservative network on cable if you don't defend this former president. They don't want to defend Trump. They don't want to have to debunk all the lies, let's say, told. For example, there's a deposition regarding a defamation case. Of course, it's not addressed as a defamation case. It's being reported in the most absurd manner. Nothing you hear during the headlines or even within the articles, nothing you hear about Trump within those headlines today about the deposition is accurate. It's all this apoplectic, frenzied response. Trump said this. Oh my God, Trump. And he didn't say anything of the sort within the deposition. So you look, ladies and gentlemen, and instead of defending Trump, they then let Tucker Carlson go, let Dan Bongino go. The ratings are dropping. They don't care. And they're going to... It's unfortunate that because of former President Trump, the network is tanking. They should have simply done what MSNBC and CNN did, or what Newsmax did. You can't in politics, especially if you have the power and the resources that Fox News has. Okay. They didn't even make the statements. About that corporation. They still settled. The corporation itself never lost any money. The person suing Trump for defamation never lost any money from Trump's comments. You have to prove financial hardship or damages, financially, monetary damages. You have to prove that in any defamation. And so, the only people that lost money were Trump, or at least, let's just, not that case, but was Fox News. Because they had endless hit pieces. And the thing is like, had they simply brought up the fact, nobody brings this up, if Fox News brought up the fact that MSNBC, CNN, The Washington Post, The New York Times, The Atlantic, Vanity Fair, Esquire, Rolling Stone, The Nation, Mother Jones, Los Angeles Times, they have the same viewpoint on Trump. Jimmy Kimmel, Stephen Colbert, Seth Meyers, the former people who ran Twitter, who censored the New York Post, they have the same viewpoint, and they have run the same hit pieces on Tucker Carlson. It's the same viewpoint. There's not one Trump supporter in any of the publications or corporations I mentioned. Not one. Yet almost half the electorate chose Trump. Almost half the electorate. So 80 plus to 70 plus million. So how does that work? There is no mainstream in this country. There is a public relations machine that wants people to think that almost half the electorate didn't choose Donald Trump. And that's the problem with Fox News. You have half the electorate that chose Donald Trump, and yet still Fox News is afraid of Vanity Fair and Esquire and Rolling Stone and The Atlantic and MSNBC, CNN, Washington Post, New York Times, all of these publications. Fox News doesn't want to go up against them. And they can't. Fox News can. It has the influence, it has the power, it has the money, but they cower in fright, in fear. Maybe they're tired. Maybe they realize. Maybe they think, well, you know what? It's always been a never Trump network or a traditional Republican network. It's not a populist Republican network. They have no problem with endless wars. So they have no problem with business as usual. They want a return to the Bush, Cheney, and Rumsfeld Republicans, or so they're not going to go and they're going to do what? Risk their entire viewership and then just go bankrupt? They'd rather go bankrupt or be sold to Disney than actually defend Trump, which is really sad. And defending Trump would simply mean, okay, give him a platform to speak his viewpoints, or defend the accusations against him, which are almost always inaccurate or blatantly false. And then if he says something that you can't prove immediately, just act in the same manner that Biden does, or that MSNBC and CNN do with Biden. I mean, CNN had a person in front of a building in flames, and they said fiery but mostly peaceful, and Fox News is like, oh my God, Trump. I mean, it's like you can't win. You can't win with never Trumpers. Hey, give me your thoughts below. Hit subscribe.